So here we have example 5, which says write each of the following numerals in base 10. Now there are actually an A, B, and C part to this, so you'll have to flip the page to find the third one. So I'm going to give you guys just a few minutes to see if you can figure this out. So go ahead and press pause now. Okay, so hopefully you pressed pause and you worked through these and you have some answers, and let's see if you're right. We're going to be using the same concept that we've learned. So if this is 4, 5, 6 base 5, then that means each one of our place values is going to be 5 to a power. So our first position here would be 5 to the 0, which there's a 6 in that position. And then the next place value would be 5 to the first, and there's a 5 in that position. The next place value would be 5 squared, and there's a 4 in that position. So when I multiply these, we get 4 times 5 squared is 25, plus 5 times 5 to the first is 5, plus 6 times 5 to the 0 is 1. So 4 times 25 would be 100, plus 5 times 5 is 25, plus 6 times 1 is 6, so this would equal 131. Hopefully you got that. Okay, let's try this next one. 101101 base 2. So again, we have a base 2 system this time, but the concept is the exact same. Our first position is going to be 2 to the 0 power, and there's a 1 in that position. That's this one right here. Then we would have 2 to the first, and there's a 0 in that position. Plus, then our next position would be 2 squared, and there's a 1 in that position. Then our next place value would be 2 cubed, and there's a 1 in that position. And then next place value would be 2 to the fourth, and there's a 0 in that position. And then 2 to the fifth, there's a 1 in that position. So you see, you're just multiplying by positional values, which is very cool. So this would be 1 times 2 to the fifth is 32, plus 0 times 2 to the fourth, which is 16, plus 1 times 2 to the third, which is 8, plus 1, oh, that should be a multiplication symbol there. Sorry about that. 1 times 2 to the 2 squared, which is 4, plus 0 times 2 to the first, which is 2, plus 1 times 2 to the 0, which is 1. Now we multiply each one of these little multiplication problems. So 1 times 32 would be 32, plus 0 times 16 would be 0, plus 1 times 8 would be 8, plus 1 times 4 would be 4, plus 0 times 2 would be 0. Oops, losing my mind today. Plus 1 times 1 would be 1. And when we add all of those together, we get the number 45. Alright, so our part C was on the next page, and it is 92E base 12. So remember, in a base 12 system, we used the letters T to represent 10 and the letter E to represent 11. So since this is a base 12 system, each of our place values is going to be a power of 12. So our first one would be a 12 to the 0, and there's an E in there, which means 11 times 12 to the 0. Plus, our next position would be 12 to the first, and there's a 2 in that position. Plus, the next place value would be 2 squared, and there's a 9 in that position. So when we do our exponents, we'll have 9 times 2 squared is 144. 144. I have to really watch myself doing it too. Then 2 times 12 to the first is 12, plus 11 times 12 to the 0 is 1. So 9 times 144 would be 1,296. 2 times 12 would be 24, plus 11 times 1 is 11, and when you add all of those together, we get 1,331.